Good morning, people. Welcome, whatever platform you're watching this on. It's a big world out there, and last time I checked, it was a free country. We still somewhat have freedom of assembly. We still have somewhat freedom of the press. We still have somewhat freedom for now. It's kind of diminishing as we go forward into time because the whole free speech movement and why it was the First Amendment in the American Constitution is because it's the most important one. Because without it, the other ones won't exist. Right? So, what is happening, guys? What is happening? So, you guys, I'm getting subscribers on other platforms now. So, I found 3 really good platforms to upload to now. So, you guys want to follow that? You're more than welcome, because on December 10th, there's going to be a huge YouTube purge. So we're just going to have to go ahead and see what happens. YouTube has the algorithms to figure things out on its own. It doesn't need, it doesn't have to put all this stress on its creators, right? But it is, right? Do you remember, let's talk, reminisce a little bit on what YouTube used to be. Do you guys remember what YouTube used to be? The good old days? People will be posting all kinds of stuff, all kinds of bum fights, all kinds of cool stuff. People will be posting, whether it's like people like showing, exposing, and then the media needs to jump in there real quick and do a story about it because it's all over social media, because nobody kind of follows dinosaur media anymore. The media now, in my opinion, is designed to apologize. It's more of an apologetic piece. For the corporations and the big companies and the governments and stuff. Corporate organized media, federalized media. In Canada, our big media giants are federalized now. It's federalized, no longer public, because a lot of media companies in Canada were going bankrupt, and then the Canadian government, the federal government, bailed them out with a $600 million loan, which should be illegal because the media should stand on its own feet. It's public sector, right? It's no longer public sector. It's being funded by taxpayers. So that's done. You know, yeah. And same thing in the States. CNN, Cloud News Network, or the Clinton News Network, whatever you want to call it. It's all being funded and bought for and paid, and it's all over the world. Like, I mean, you know, I was gonna go on this Venezuelan news site to go on their live news. They still have cable there, by the way, discussing what's happening. And obviously, I would just speak in Spanish and discuss what's happening with the whole just movements in the country. I don't want to get too technical with it, but yeah. And I was told, I have to say this and I have to say that, and I'm not allowed to say this. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need your fame. I don't need to go on your channel. I don't need to sell myself out. I'm getting nothing for this, and you know what? So I could look like a sellout? Screw you. Guys, I'm 41 years old. I couldn't care less anymore. You know what I'm saying? I want to raise my kids, and I want my kids to be raised in a world, the world we live in the world we lived in 30 years ago. I want to raise them in that world. If time travel was possible, I would just take my kids, my whole family, back to that year, 30 years ago, and start and kind of live through that time up into this time. Trust me, I won't miss cell phone technology as much as, you know. And, you know, if you had a chance to go back to 30 years and kind of at your age now and kind of live through it a bit, would you do it? I would take my whole family. We'd all go back 30 years from now. That's what I'd do. Man, I'd even get really smart with it. I'd sell everything I own, buy gold now, go back to when gold was $1,000 an ounce. I'd take a loss on the gold, yes, but then I would sell it 30 years ago when finally a year, like I think it was 81 or 82, when gold hit, I think it was 1,000 or 900 an ounce. And then sell it then, type of thing. Kind of be smart about that. Then my buying power of $1,000 in 1983 or 84 or 81, when that big crash happened, 81 to 82, I would do well. I would do very well, actually, because the buying power is huge. That's what I'd do. And then I'd bet on every major sporting event that I know of. And build houses for the poor. And help people out then. Get people on a good financial destination, I guess, if that makes any sense. So I'm at McDonald's today getting breakfast. And my buddy Ethan is working right. I could hear him on the speaker there. Oh, I got cash in my wallet. What?
And I'll be right with you.
Okay, Ethan. That's Ethan. The menu has changed. It's all digital, and it doesn't show all the combos now, so I have to kind of figure it out. It's showing me calories.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Hey, Ethan, how you doing?
Oh, hey, pretty good. Pretty good. You?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
I'll get these breakfast burrito wraps. I'll get a combo with that with a medium coffee with 1 cream.
1 cream in there. All right.
Okay. Then I'll get the, what's the other one there? Yeah, sausage and egg McMuffin combo with 1 medium coffee and with 1 cream.
1 cream in that one as well. You got it.
Yeah.
Ketchup and bag for hash browns at all?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. That comes to $14.89 if that's all for you.
Thank you, bud.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. What's up, dog?
That's awesome. I seen this red van. I'm like, oh, yeah, my neighbor has a red van. But I was like, but my neighbor is not that friendly. So that didn't make sense.
Oh.
I cut that out of the equation.
So I had to elimination of who it is. So it's not your neighbor because he's not friendly, and it's Mike Martin's.
But no, it makes sense that it's your friendly heart, spirit, mind for sure. That makes much more sense.
Thanks, brother. Come by the shop and say hi sometime.
Will do.
See you soon, okay?
Yeah. Have a good one, man.
Yeah. Spirit, heart, and mind. Mike Martin's. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy myself some McDonald's breakfast. I don't get it too often, but why not? I'm 41. I'm not letting myself go though. I'm trying to take care of myself as best as possible. I want to age old enough to see my kids at least graduate from high school and kind of make something of their lives and kind of be with them as long as I could, you know? And yeah, so what else is going on, guys? I want to thank I'm at 22 Patreon supporters. I wanted 20 for Christmas, so let's see if I can get to 25 Patreon supporters by Christmas. 25 Patreon supporters. I need 3 more supporters out there who could donate $1 a month. We had a stalker or someone on there harassing people on Patreon. Then I lost a few Patreon supporters because of it. So I banned him and his other fake accounts for doing that. That's kind of stupid that somebody could. It's not that people do that stuff, and that's just. I think it's stupid, in my opinion. And if you feel offended because you're doing this stuff and you're called stupid, that's your problem. Live with it. Oh, it's that window. I thought it was this window here.
No. And then we're just waiting on the hash browns. If I get you pull ahead, I'll bring it out when it's ready.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I am waiting for my order. And so is the guy beside me. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys got planned for Christmas? This year is going to be a great Christmas. It's going to be my daughter's first Christmas, my youngest daughter. Got 3 kids. Growing up. Life's been good to me. I'm not going to lie. I worked hard. I saw the writing on the walls at the right times. I threw everything I had into that whole marijuana stock back in 3 and 4 years ago. Yeah, I threw everything into the marijuana stock. When I saw it became a public and it was selling for $1, $2, I knew that was going to be the next thing. But not anymore. Now that it became federalized and all that crap, it's just crap. Anything the government touches turns into crap. And I'm being realistic about it. I'm not trying to, create division and stuff, and it is what it is. It's governing. The thing is, people don't need to be governed. People need, their streets cleaned. People expect their mail to be delivered, because it's all federalized, right? But we don't need media being federalized. We don't need that. It just doesn't do anything for us. The common average day-to-day Joe Donuts gets nothing from it, right? There's no benefit for the person that's actually paying for it realistically through the back end, through their taxes. So what's the point, right? Our elections were an absolute sham. They didn't ask any single important question. I've been saying this since the day of the election. Not the day of the election, the day of we covered the elections on my channel live, and we got nothing. They didn't ask a single question about the opioid crisis. They didn't ask a single question about the fentanyl crisis. Thousands of people dying. They're not asking questions about the what's the other one? Housing affordability. They're not asking questions about our ramping homelessness all over the place. They're not asking anything about the $200 billion of laundered money through Canada via real estate. Well, they need that. Why? To keep our economy afloat. That's what they need it for. That's the reason they need it for. There's no other reason. It's scary. It's scary when you think about it. And I'm not trying to be old doom and gloom Mike Martins, I'm just trying to be Mike effing Martins, man. Just saying it how it is. Talking realistically about what is happening or what we have to look forward to. And let me tell you, man, I mean, I've seen brighter days on the horizon than this, and I really hope, like I said in my earlier video, we have nothing to worry about, because if you have community and you're in a community and you love your neighbor, your people in your community, you're fine. But lately, that's not the case anymore. There is no more community union. I said it in my video earlier. Nowadays, people are so divided from each other that nobody kind of is there for each other anymore. And that's the scary part. You see, if there's a government discontinued, there's no continuity of government, and everyone goes rampant, and the police go home to protect their own families and stuff, and people and gangs start looting for food and stuff. Well, that's what's gonna things like that will eventually happen. If we don't have community and we don't love our neighbors and we're not there for each other, we won't have the backup we need. And that's what I think in their agenda was, to divide us as much as possible, even divide us in our own homes, by creating now political divides in people's homes, and people getting divorced and this and that via political divides. It used to be religion. It still is religion 2,000 years later. It's still religion 2,000 years later. It's still race. It's still everything, because they need to keep those things in check, because that's why I love you guys, man. That's why I look forward to making videos. Guys, get on the other platforms there, guys. Get on there now. Get on there now, so you could actually see the other side of what they got you believe in, you know what I'm saying? We should be able to discuss. I should be able to sit here and discuss with you guys, you know what I'm saying? They haven't really hit me on the race thing lately, or they can't really hit me on the race thing because my wife's a Filipina. Right, so it's and not only that, I'm famous in Africa. Go to my Facebook fan page, you'll see. I'm Portuguese Africa. I have black family. I have, but I'm telling you, my ex-girlfriend was Chinese, right? My everything, people need. I'm a Portuguese. I'm not even an Englishman. I'm not even considered. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Portuguese. And we were heavily divided in Ontario back in the day. You sit in the classroom, raise your hand if you speak Portuguese. Okay, go to the back of the class. We don't want to deal with you. This is high school Toronto. Very disliked by the community. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really want to know. I'm gonna go inside and get my food, man. I've been waiting for these hash browns for like 6 minutes now. I could be in Las Vegas by the time they send this stuff to me. I'll be going through a drive-through in New Mexico. Anyways, lots of love, guys. Guys, love your neighbors. Get to know your neighbors. Support each other. Create communities within this crap division. They've been this division. This division. We can't exist with division. That's why I strongly believe in the King of Peace. There's one King of Peace out there. One King of Peace. Because he preached the right things. There's a lot of prodigal sons out there. And I ask that you really start to... Thank you. You too. There's a lot of prodigal sons out there. And I ask they get back. They come back. To wake up. Smell the smoke in the kitchen. Wake up. The King of Peace is the only way, because it's the only thing that ever made any real sense was to create existence between each other, is to simply acknowledge each other's existence and to love each other. So easy to love your neighbor than to despise and create this hatred towards them. Comment below, let me know. Thanks for watching.